They rolled out loud like it was a show. Fast talk, fast feet, somewhere to go. Someone checked numbers, someone checked me. I checked the ground and my breathing. I've seen this scene from the wrong side before. Borrowed confidence, paid for its soar. So I stayed quiet, almost bored, like I'd already heard this chord. There's a look people get when they wanna be seen. It's not hunger, it's panic, dressed up clean. I didn't feel behind, I didn't feel ahead. I felt exactly where I needed to be instead. I've learned the sound of empty speed. It's loud at first, then it lets you bleed. I don't need hype to stay awake. Some focus only comes when you don't take the bait. I'm running unimpressed, not cold, not above, just unconfused, a noise for proof of love. I'm running unimpressed, no urge to react. I don't need to answer what doesn't ask. I'm running unimpressed, still fully here. I didn't miss the moment, I just saw it clear. I surged again like it mattered more, like effort had a scoreboard. I kept the pace that lets me think, that doesn't blink when margins shrink. This isn't calm from giving up, it's calm from knowing what's enough. I don't need sparks to stay alive. Some fires burn because they're right. There's freedom in not needing to prove that you belong in every move. I don't need their pace to feel legit. I built a rhythm that lets me sit. I'm running unimpressed by the flash, the flex. I don't speed up just to feel next. I'm running unimpressed, still choosing slow, and slow means strong later down the road. I'm running unimpressed, and that's the point. I kept my joints and my intent. There's a younger version of me that would've chased that sound just to say I was around. But I've outgrown that kind of win. I don't enter races I can't stay in. This isn't distance from the game, it's staying close without the strain. Not everything loud is worth your breath. Not everything fast outruns regret. Sometimes growth looks like restraint, and sometimes strength feels almost plain. I'm running unimpressed, still fully committed. I didn't dull the edge, I redirected it. I'm running unimpressed, still playing long. I didn't mute my fire, I changed the song. I'm running unimpressed and oddly free, because nothing here is dragging root. Still moving, still mine, still steady.
I kept waiting for a reason to add one more round, but the air felt settled like the dead found its sound. Shoes by the door, breath coming down, nothing asking for a rewrite now. I checked my legs, they didn't argue back, just quiet agreement on the path I tracked. I've mistaken more for honest and less for fear. Tonight felt different, like the line was clear. No hunger to prove, no itch to extend, just the sense of a clean end. I didn't quit early, I finished right. There's a difference I learned tonight. Some days need effort, some days need care. You don't always move forward by going further out there. Enough isn't weak, it's precise. It keeps tomorrow within reach. This was enough, even if it didn't feel like much. I didn't chase a feeling, I trusted the touch. This was enough, no extra to add. I didn't leave stronger, I left intact. This was enough for tonight, for me. I didn't raise the bar, I chose longevity. I felt. Now I measure it by what I didn't melt, by how easily I can come back, by how little damage I leave in my tracks. This isn't lowering standards or sharpening them, knowing when enough is the strongest end. There will be days that ask for more. I'm not afraid of them anymore, because tonight taught me a quieter skill, how to stop and still keep will. This was enough, and it still counts. I didn't need a breakthrough, I needed a mount. This was enough to keep me whole. I didn't chase improvement, I honored the role. This was enough, and I trust this call, because staying ready is winning it all. No extra, no apology, enough stays. I didn't feel ahead today, didn't feel left behind. Just somewhere in the middle, trying not to rush the line. Same shoes, same route, nothing new to say, but I showed up anyway, and that already stayed. No reason to celebrate, no reason to quit, just a quiet agreement to stay with it. I mistaken motion for meaning before, ran past the lesson just to want more. Today I slowed the question, didn't ask how far. I asked, can I still be here when things get hard? No spark, no signal, no finish to chase, just the discipline of keeping my place. Some days you move the needle, some days you guard the line. You don't always build momentum, sometimes you just keep time. Holding ground isn't nothing, it's a form of care for the future version you plan to meet there. Staying counts, even when nothing changed. I didn't gain ground, but I didn't erase. Staying counts, no applause, no proof. I didn't move forward loudly. I staying counts, and I know this now, not falling apart. It's movement somehow. I've chased improvement until it cost me weeks. Learned the hard way what restraint can keep. Today didn't add, didn't subtract. It kept me usable, and I respect that. No post-run clarity, no story to tell, just a body that said tomorrow as well. You don't see stability while you're standing in it. You only miss it once it's gone. I've learned to trust the days that don't shout, because they're the reason I don't burn out. Staying counts. On the quiet days I didn't raise the ceiling, I reinforced the base. Staying counts. When progress feels thin, I didn't break trust with the work I'm in. Staying counts. That's the truth I found. I didn't chase a win, I held my ground. I used to think courage was always more pain, more proof, more reasons to roar. Now I see courage in choosing enough, and knowing when staying is already tough. This isn't the run that makes a headline, it's the run that keeps the timeline. When pressure builds and days compress, I won't move like someone overextended. I'll move like someone who learned to stay when leaving early would have been easier that way. Progress, but I didn't bow. Staying counts, and I trust that choice. Some days don't need motion, they need a voice. Staying counts, and they stayed with me. I didn't move the line, I stayed in the story. No breakthrough, still present. That counts. No rush to impress today, no edge I needed to touch. Just checking in with my body, asking how much is enough. Shoes felt familiar, not exciting, not wrong.
the kind of start that doesn't sing a song. I didn't aim for distance, didn't test my pride. I aimed for something quieter, something I could ride. I've trained on days that were loud with intent, and paid for it later with weeks I spent. Today felt smaller, but it felt clean. No shortcuts taken, no scenes. I didn't feel sharp, didn't feel slow. I felt aware and I stayed there. There's a difference between rest and retreat, between backing off and losing your seat. This wasn't fear, this wasn't doubt. This was me knowing when not to go out. This is maintenance, but honest. No fire, no disguise. I didn't chase a breakthrough, I listened this time. This is maintenance, but honest. Nothing to defend. I didn't build momentum, I preserved it instead. This is maintenance, but honest. Still part of the plan. I didn't push the limit, I stayed who I am. I've learned the cost of forcing a day when the body whispers not today. So I moved with restraint, let the rhythm lead. Not everything grows from exceeding need. No highlight moment, no urge to explain. Just the quiet relief of no added pain. It's easy to respect the days you upgrade, harder to respect the days you don't degrade. But those are the ones that keep you intact when ambition starts cutting back. This is maintenance, but honest. Not flashy, not fast. I didn't borrow from tomorrow to feel strong in the past. This is maintenance, but honest. Still moving the line. I didn't look impressive, I look fine. This is maintenance, but honest. And I'll take that win because I can show up again and again. I used to think courage meant always more effort, more pain, more proof to store. Now I see courage in leaving something left, in choosing restraint over depth. Because I've been broken by days I chased that felt heroic and erased my pace. So this isn't the story you tell with pride, but it's the chapter to let the story survive. I don't need today to feel legendary. I need it to still carry me. This is maintenance, but honest. Still holding ground. I didn't raise the volume, I protected the sound. This is maintenance, but honest. No shame in the choice. I didn't ignore the signal, I trusted my voice. This is maintenance, but honest. And that's my way. Not every strong decision needs to look brave. No damage, no disguise.
Nothing special on the list, no reason to feel proud. Just the same old shoes on the same old crowd. I didn't feel ready, didn't feel behind. Just awake enough to not cross the line. No spark in my chest, no hunger to prove. Just a steady decision to do what I do. I've known days that shake you, days that split you in two. This one didn't ask for anything new. It didn't lift you, didn't test my nerve. It simply let me stay where I could preserve. I've learned not every day is meant to move you ahead. Some days are just meant to hold what you have. There's a kind of strength in not adding weight, in choosing to keep what already works. You don't notice stability while it's happening. You notice it later when nothing falls apart. This was an ordinary if it didn't burn, it didn't count. Now I trust the work that doesn't shout, the kind that lasts tomorrow or gout. This isn't a highlight, it's a hinge, the kind of day everything swings on. Some pressure calls and choices given. I don't move like someone starting again. I move like someone who's been held before by days like this, and something more. This was an ordinary day that I'm still holding on. I didn't raise the ceiling, you reinforced the ground. Was an ordinary day that held no mark, no stain. I didn't break through, I earned another day. An ordinary day that held, and I trust that kind, because phone stays dark, no buzz, no spark. Posting nothing, still went out. Shoes by the door, same old pair. Didn't feel ready, didn't care. Weather said late, or mine said nah. I know this feeling, I've met it before. No playlist hero, no caption strong. Just me deciding to keep it going. It's funny how silence feels personal, like the world forgot I'm even trying at all. But effort doesn't vanish just because it's quiet. Some things grow better when nobody comments. I've chased approval, I know that game looks good for seconds, cost you days. Tonight I chose something slower, something I can still repeat later. Zero likes, full effort, nothing to show, but I'm still building something I know. Zero likes, full effort, no proof online, but my legs remember every single time. Zero likes, full effort, laugh if you want, I didn't come for the moment, I came for the long run. I used to measure what made sense by how fast people reacted to it. But progress isn't loud, most days it's shy. Shows up early, leaves no sign. I've learned the difference between being seen and being solid in between. No update posted, no story told. Still got stronger, didn't fold. They train for numbers, I train for margin. For the days when everything's fragile, I don't need hype, I need tomorrow. A body that answers when life gets narrow. Zero likes, still showed up, I wasn't chasing praise, I was earning trust. Zero likes, no crowd to feed, I'm not fueled by noise, I'm fueled by need. Zero likes, quiet when I didn't need attention to stay in. There's a kind of confidence that doesn't post, doesn't explain, doesn't boast. It comes from finishing when no one cares, from doing it anyway because you're there. I've skipped the shortcut that looks impressive, I chose the route that stays effective. This isn't discipline, it's alignment. My effort matches my environment. Some days this pace feels almost boring, but boring is stable and stability scoring. I don't peak for strangers, I last for myself. I don't spend tomorrow for a moment of hell. Zero likes, full effort, still enough, I don't need applause to call this tough. Zero likes, full effort, here's the truth, I didn't go viral, I went deep. Zero likes, full effort, I stayed real, and that's a flex you don't need to reveal.
same route, same reasons I don't post. I don't need a reminder, I already know. Some nights feel optional, like nobody would mind if I stayed home and saved the time. But I lace anyway, not to be seen, just to keep the promise I made in between. This isn't discipline, it's familiarity, knowing how it feels when nobody's clapping for me. This is training without an audience, no cheers to earn. I'm not performing, I'm learning how to retraining without an audience, still counting days. I don't need a witness to keep my pace. Training without an audience, quiet and real. I don't need the noise to know what I feel. I've practiced adjusting when nothing went right, changed effort mid-run just to protect tomorrow night. I learned which pushes come back as pain and which ones let me show up again. No highlight reel, no reason to explain, just steady work and a narrow lane. They train for approval, I train for capacity. I wanna be able when it actually matters to me. This is training without an audience, built on repeat. I don't chase moments, I strengthen weeks. Training without an audience, no rush, no race. I don't prove I'm ready, I become it. Training without an audience, still moving through. I don't need to be seen, I need to be true. There's a kind of honesty that only shows up alone, when quitting feels reasonable and staying is your own. No one would blame me, no one would know. That's when the work decides whether I grow. This isn't about toughness, it's about trust in the version of me that won't combust. I've learned consistency doesn't feel impressive, it feels like choosing what's still effective. Some strengths develop without a sound, they don't rise fast, they stick around. This is training without an audience, watching me last. I don't borrow motivation from the past. Train without an audience, here's the truth. I wasn't waiting for the crowd, I was waiting on me and still in it. The work doesn't end when no one's listening. No applause, still enough, still training. To dating a little hero week, no sharp turn, no sign, just another pair of shoes back in line. I didn't win the morning, didn't feel the head, but I kept the door unlocked inside my head. Some days move like questions with no clear reply. I don't solve them, I just step outside. I've learned not every effort needs to feel new. Some days the bravest thing is what you still choose. This isn't motivation, it's a habit of care. It's staying reachable when life gets unfair. I'm choosing again tomorrow, that's the deal I keep. Not a perfect version, just one that repeats. Choosing again tomorrow, even if today was slow. I don't need momentum, I need a place to go. Choosing again tomorrow, still making room. I don't finish the story, I leave it open. I've chased the clean restart, the dramatic change. It felt good for a moment, then fell apart again. So now I trust the quieter choice that doesn't impress, the one that lets me wake up with less to fix. I don't squeeze meaning from the day, I let it breathe. I don't need proof tonight, I need sleep. They call it settling, I call it smart. I don't break myself just to feel a spark. I'm choosing again tomorrow, still in motion, not chasing a feeling, just keeping devotion. miss, no record, just a quieter sound. It's easy to quit loudly, harder to stay when nothing is cheering and nothing is clear. But this kind of courage doesn't announce, it shows up again after letting you down. I don't ask tomorrow to be better than now, I just ask it to let me try somehow. Some lives are built on steady returns, not dramatic